Hey guys, what's going on? Time for another video. This is going to be a quick one. It is spring. I mean, spring has literally sprung here in the north. It is like 25 Celsius today, or like 70 something degrees Fahrenheit. So we've jumped from frozen lakes to the lakes absolutely crashing with coming down with ice. So I'm starting to think about spring fishing, whether it's the Detroit River walleye, or it's crappie fishing, or perch fishing, or opening of walleye on all our lakes, or early season bass. And it got me thinking about one thing, and that's braided line. So I figured I'd do a video talking to you about the benefits of braided line, but also which braided line is right for you. So before we move forward, do me a favor. Click subscribe down below. Also click get notifications so our videos get into your feed. I mean, we do these videos as often as we can. The aim of all of these videos is to educate you further, maybe help you dial in or fine tune a presentation that you've been using to have more success, because fishing really isn't all that fun when you're not catching. It's fun, it's way better than work, but it's a lot more fun when you have them dialed in and you're catching them. So let's walk through braided line. Now, when it comes to braided line, I've been using it for a bunch of years, 20 plus years, and it really has changed the game of fishing. Actually, I'd probably say we're pushing 30 plus years that I've been using braided line. Power Pro is one of the originals, and it has a bunch of attributes that make it better. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with braided line and how beneficial it can be, let's talk about why a miracle line like this is so good. The first thing is the fact that it has zero stretch. So all braided lines, Power Pro included, have zero stretch, which make them incredibly sensitive. The other thing they have is incredibly small diameter, so that, you know, when you're using on a spinning reel, you can usually traditionally go 2, 4, 6, 8, up to 10-pound test mono or fluorocarbon at most. Braided line diameters are incredibly small. 50-pound test braided line has 12-pound test diameter. 40-pound has 10-pound test diameter. 30-pound has like 6-pound test diameter. So it gives you longer casting distance. It gives you more line capacity on certain spools. Very important for casting distance, but more so important even in the saltwater world, where having high line capacity for hard fighting fish that pull lots of line, like wahoo or tuna or anything like that, really comes into play. The other thing braid allows you to do with that low line diameter, that super small line diameter, it allows you to use smaller, lighter gear. So this has come a long way. The other thing about braid that's so impressive is the fact that it has no memory. Unlike traditional monofilament or fluorocarbon lines, when they're on your spool for a long period of time, you see coils. Braid, after 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, if kept and stored properly, will never have memory. So you've got a line with zero memory, zero stretch, so it's super sensitive, and ultra small diameter. The one backsetting thing about braided line is the cost, but when you weigh out the fact that it will last you so much longer on your spools, the cost is actually better based on the amount of time you will use it than anything else in the market. Another downfall of braid is the invisibility factor. Obviously, it is not invisible. Nothing beats fluorocarbon for invisibility, because fluorocarbon is the same light, or has the same light refraction index as water. But the fact remains that braided line is an integral part of so many anglers' arsenals, whether it's heavy flipping in Florida, fishing saltwater in a plethora of applications, or even finesse spinnings applications that we use so much on bass, panfish, and freshwater stuff. I mean, braid has become indispensable. Here's the thing. Braid is available, Power Pro, in a bunch of different kinds of braids that are made and built specifically for different applications. So let's walk right through them. So with 7 different offerings in the Power Pro lineup, let's start off with the basic, the original. This is Power Pro Braid. It is a standard braided line that is available from 5 to 250 pound tests. I mean, 5, 8, 10, 15, 30, 40, 50, 65, 80, 100, 130, I believe 150, 200, 250 pound test. So no matter what you're targeting in the world, I don't care how big it is, there is a Power Pro made for you. It also comes in spools from 100 all the way up to 3,000 yard spools. So again, no matter the size of the spool or reel you're filling, or if you're like me and you like buying bulk spools because you save line at the end of the day, this line is available in that. It also comes in 4 different colors. So I believe regular Power Pro comes in high-vis yellow, white, vermilion red or a red color, and I believe dark green. So very, very good. It's the most economical price point wise out of all the Power Pros. It is the original and still works. I still have it on a ton of my reels because I use 5-pound Power Pro in so many applications. The newer line would be Maxcuatro. So Maxcuatro is a 4-strand braid. It's a special kind of spectra fiber that is thinner diameter. It is more expensive, but it boasts 25% reduced diameter over traditional Power Pro. So you can get a 65-pound Maxcuatro Power Pro, and it is the same diameter as 50-pound regular Power Pro, basically. And what that allows you to do is really lower the diameter of your line, making you have higher increase line capacity on specific reels. Where we use this a ton is saltwater fishing, where casting distance makes a difference. I use it a lot for flipping and frogging because the smaller your line diameter, the more you can fit on a spool, the further your casts will be. It's all about line capacity, and Maxcuatro dominates the market when it comes to line capacity based on diameter. It's available from 20 to 100 pound test in bulk spools, comes in 3 colors. Maxcuatro should definitely be on your radar if you're looking for more line capacity out of your reels. The next one is Super8Slick. Now Super8Slick V2, it's on its 2nd generation. The first Super8Slick came out a number of years ago, and then they reintroduced Super8Slick V2, which I'm pretty sure won a Best of Show at ICAST. Super8Slick V2 is an 8-strand carrier that is highly tightly wound, offers smoothness and durability. It's got a coating on it that helps with that, so it's abrasion resistant, more so than standard or Maxcuatro, but it has a bunch of the same attributes like no stretch, no memory, small line diameter. So Super8Slick V2 is available from 8 to 80 pound test in 4 colors. Off the top of my head, I believe there is a marine blue, there is an onyx, which is a charcoal, dark charcoal color. There is a high-vis yellow and a green. So Super8Slick V2 has become a favorite of mine in the bass fishing world. A lot of anglers are using that 8-pound test for a lot of spinning applications. The lines that I use on all my spinning setups are basically regular Power Pro in 5-pound. Then I use Super8Slick V2 in the 8 and 10-pound varieties. And then I don't touch Maxcuatro until I go up to 20-pound for inshore saltwater applications on spinning, or I'm running 50 and 65 or 100 for bigger saltwater fish. Added to this lineup was Depth Hunter a number of years ago. Depth Hunter is a metered braid, so every 25 feet, Depth Hunter changes color. And then they added Depth Hunter Offshore, which is the same thing. It's a metered braid, changes colors, except offshore changes colors every 100 feet rather than every 25 feet. And this is great for high-speed trollers, wahoo guys, people who want control in their trolling spread, or more so with the regular Depth Hunter. I use it a lot for jigging or trolling when you don't have a line counter, because now you can have controlled setbacks, whether you're trolling and you need to be 125 back and you know it's 5 colors on regular Depth Hunter, or you're high-speed trolling for wahoo, you know your center shot is out 100, your outsides are out 200, whatever your pattern is, Depth Hunter will allow you precise line and lure control in the boat. So whether you're jigging or trolling. The jigging factor for Depth Hunter for me is, especially when you're fishing deep, deep water and you've got suspended fish and you mark them on your meter or on your graph and they're 100 down over 300, you can count out 4 colors, know exactly when your bait is on top of those fish, and then start working it. So Depth Hunter is really advantageous in a number of situations. It's available in the 1 color, obviously, because it has 5 colors built into it. But really, Depth Hunter, the regular Depth Hunter, is available from 10-pound up to 150-pound test. And Depth Hunter Offshore is available in 65, 80, and 130. So obviously, for those high-speed offshore trolling guys, that is the perfect selection. It's also available in big bulk spools. The one that most people don't know about or forgot about was this one right here. This is Hollow Ace. Now, Hollow Ace is actually a hollow core Power Pro. And what it is meant to do is to have a seamless splice between your wind-on leaders, and your mainline braid. So by the use of a threading needle that has a hollow back end, you can actually thread up and in your mainline top shot fluorocarbon mono, and it's available in 40 to 200 pound tests. So again, no matter what you're doing, this line will have you covered. It is the most expensive of all the Power Pros based on the process to make it, but it is indispensable in a number of situations, especially in the saltwater world. And I've actually played with this line in the freshwater world because I like to fish sometimes in clear water situations. I like to fish a braid main line to a fluorocarbon leader. I would run 40 pound Maxcuatro to a 25 pound or 20 pound fluorocarbon leader, and I can have a seamless connection by using the threading needle. I can push that needle up into the center of the hollow ace, whereas when you back off hollow ace, you can see it here. I'll see if I can show you. It actually spreads and gets wider. It's hollow in the center, so it acts as a Chinese finger trap. So when you get your mono or your fluorocarbon leader inside of this, and you usually stitch it in, a couple inches, I like to go in an inch, come out with the needle, go back into the center, go up, and then come back out. I send that all the way up in there, and then you use a winding bobbin to serve the end of this and whip the end and use a bit of glue. And once it locks down and is tight, the harder the fish pulls, or the harder your bait pulls, the tighter this will trap your fluorocarbon. So this is something to look at if you're looking for that special line to do something like that. Now, hollow ace, again, like I said, 40 to 200 pound test, available in 3 colors. I believe it's a marine blue, a white, and a high vis yellow, I believe. I could be mistaken there, but yeah, I know I've had high vis yellow. But anyways, this is a line that's a very specialty line that is also available. One last one for the people who live in the north. We use this a lot up here. This is Power Pro Ice Tec. This is only available in 4 pound tests. It's 5, 8, 10, and 15. The thing about this, if you fish in the north, if you've ever ice fished, you know that water can be absorbed by braid. This line has a PTFE coating on it to stop the absorption of water, which will stop the freezing and stiffening up of your braid. So this is specifically designed for ice fishing or super cold water fishing. It only comes in 50-yard spools, but that is another one that kind of flies under the radar for Power Pro. So in summary, braided line is an incredible asset. I mean, I'd say 95% of my spinning setups have a braided line, 5, 8, or 10 pound Power Pro on them. And probably 30 to 40% of my bait casting combos have braided line, usually 50, 65, or 80 pound on my bait casting combos for fresh water. When it comes to saltwater, 100% of my spinning combos have braided line. And traditionally in saltwater, I'm running for my bait rods, 20 pound Maxcuatro, 30 pound, or up to 65 pound on an 8,000 or 10,000 size Saragossa SW, Spheros SW, or Stella. They will get the job done for you day in, day out, year after year. On my conventional setups, a bunch of them have 50, 65, and 80 pound, up to 100 pound as well in the salt. So it's really become an important fact, an integral fact of how I fish and how I am successful. If you're a person who wants to have the ultimate in sensitivity, if you're a person who wants to have no memory, no stretch, be able to feel everything on the bottom, Power Pro Braid is a great choice. Just understand with the 7 different types of braid, and I didn't even talk about the fact that they make a braided wire replacement for downrigger cables as well. Power Pro has you covered no matter where you go. And this sounds a bit like an ad, but the fact is, if you've ever fished braid, once you fish it, you'll realize it has quickly become an integral part of so many techniques. There are plenty of techniques where monofilament or fluorocarbon are superior, but the fact that braid even floats will help you even in the frog fishing, topwater, long casting spooks. It works in so many situations. So there you have it, guys. If you could do me a favor, click subscribe down below if you haven't. 85% of our viewers are not subscribed to this channel. We try to do walkthrough videos explaining stuff in the fishing industry and stuff that's related to the fishing industry. So click subscribe down below, click get notifications. If you have a comment about braid or favorite technique you found that braid changed your entire approach and success rate, leave a comment down below. We love going through them. We love answering them. If you're wondering about which braid is best for you for your specific situation, do me a favor and leave a comment down below. We'll get to it as fast as we can. So, in summary, check out Braid if you haven't. If you haven't realized that there are 7 different types of Power Pro on the market that will fit into your niche exactly. I hope you guys are all staying safe. I hope you're all having fun. Most importantly, I hope you're all catching fish. We'll talk to you soon.